Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato, and welcome to Timberborn. This is a beaver strategy city builder. By beaver, I mean you sort of control a town of beavers. It's a little bit funky. Anyway, let's just jump into a game so I can showcase exactly what this game is all about. I'm all about resources, all about water specifically. Let's play on the plains, sure. The recommended start, that seems very, very reasonable. It's all about resource management, as most of these city builder type games are. And, you know, given that you're playing as a beaver town, you are indeed, you know, going to be trying to dam up some rivers and, you know, just cause a little bit of hassle to the local ecosystem, no doubt, but also to stockpile resources for the dry season. And these are all features that we're hopefully going to talk about as we jump into the game, which I'm sure is going to happen at any moment now. You can check this game out, by the way. Link down in the description. It was part of the Steam demo festival, and this is the demo version that we're playing on right now. I did check the game out when it was still in like alpha stage or whatever, but now a significant amount of stuff has been changed. Okay, so let's assess what's going on. First of all, these are our cuddly little friends, which annoyingly sound very like minions whenever you click on them and get a little bit of intel. Anyway, up at the top here, you can see our resources. We've got 15 materials at the moment, and those are explosives. We'll talk a little bit about them later. That's not super crucial for what we're after at the moment. We got some berries, we got some foods. These are our beaver stats. We've got 11 beavers. We have no housing at the moment. The only buildings that we have down is a builder's hut. We've got a small warehouse. We've got a lumberjack flag. We've got a couple of wooden stairs, a couple of platforms, and that's it. That's all that we really have. There's a nice element of verticality in this game, so you're able to build platforms and get beavers, you know, staying on different levels, which I think is kind of cool. I like that. Anyway, 3 beavers have no jobs. This is where all of the beavers are employed. This is how much water we have. This is how much science we have. Why don't we go about getting the basic ingredient to any successful beaver society, and that is, of course, wood. So what we're going to do is we're going to immediately designate this area to be chopped down. Now, it's going to be chopped down. Let me unpause so that we can actually do some beavering. It's going to be chopped down by our 2 lumberjacks, and they are going to be working at the lumberjack flag. Of course, there's no log pile in range, which is a bit of an oversight. I need to build a log pile, and this is hopefully going to allow the builders from the builder hut to go and build the log pile, and I don't believe the log pile actually costs anything to build. No, it doesn't, but it can store up to 180 logs, which is going to be perfect for our requirements. So, a couple of things to chat about this game. In the first instance, this river and the sort of water element is brand new to this version of the game. The last time that I checked it out, I don't believe that there was any sort of seasonal shift, and I don't believe that there was any sort of water mechanics like the ones that we have here. What I'm trying to say is that there is a wet season, which is when the river runs, and there is a dry season, which is when the river stops running. When the river stops running, you best make sure that you have a plentiful amount of water to sustain your beavers through the very, very, very dry season. To that end, I'm going to actually stick down a water pump. I think, to be honest, I'm going to stick down a water pump over here. Now, this is kind of a little bit of an interesting mechanic. There is a natural barrier that is blocking water here that if we destroy, we should be able to theoretically allow this area to flood. So I'm hoping that perhaps some of our builders can go and do the demolition work over here. I think that it should be within range, and therefore we should be able to allow water to ingress into this area. So we're going to get the water pump. That is going to satisfy the beavers' thirst. We should sort of briefly address beavers require food, water, and sleep, all of which we can provide with a variety of different buildings. Why don't we have a little look? We can have a little look at food first. A gatherer flag seems like a very, very sensible thing to get down in the first instance. The gatherer flag, if we plonk that down, at least add it to the build order. I'll also plop some more beavers into the builder hut construction so that we can have a few more beavers that are employed at all times. I also probably want to grab a where is it? There we go. Another lumberjack flag. Probably want to grab another lumberjack flag like somewhere around here. Yeah, I think somewhere around here seems kind of sensible, because at the moment there is like a little slope here, a natural walkable ramp. So if we put another lumberjack flag over yonder, and then we assign some more beavers to it, then we're going to be able to get access to all of these, well, dead trees, but all of these live trees as well. You'll notice, by the way, our beaver has been assigned to the gatherer flag. Excellent. We should be able to collect some berries and store them in our warehouse. You'll notice, oh, look at that. It's been removed. Wonderful. Love to see it. That's very, very good. Yeah, you'll notice that, I can't even remember what I was going to say now. Nope, completely passed me by. You'll notice something. I'm sure you'll notice something at some point, folks. But anyway, let's take down the number of builders, and let's increase the number of people that we have working at the lumberjack house. There's no jobless beavers in range. That's somewhat of a problem, actually. Not exactly over the moon about that. Why don't we see if we can start building some housing? If we build some housing, like right in the middle here, or we could build a lodge. We can build a lodge. That's fine. Why don't we build some houses? We'll build some houses right over here, and I think that this is going to allow beavers to stay at these lodges, and therefore they should be able to work at the lumberjack hut, which is kind of exactly what we're going for, to be honest. Right, so we got food, we got water. That's looking nice. The other thing that we should probably try and consider is that we are going to need water tanks, and water tanks allow us to store water. Water storage, believe it or not, is very, very important, especially over the course of the dry season. So we absolutely want to get that down. In terms of breeding beavers, what we need to do is we need to first and foremost get the lodges down. If we get the lodges down, then we will be able to start hopefully having some beaver babies. That's right. Well, technically, we already have 4 beaver children. And these beaver children, I believe, should age up at some point. There we go. Age in 5 days. You're very, very close. You're very, very close to adulthood here. So that's going to give us some more workers, which is kind of exciting. I'm very much looking forward to that. Okay, so that's the sort of basics. Another sort of basic element that I should have probably addressed a little bit earlier on was paths. Paths do indeed cost, they do indeed cost a little bit of log, I believe. I believe that they cost logs, although I might be completely speaking out of turn here. Either way, they increase the range. They increase the range that the beavers can maneuver, and therefore it allows us to extend the range of stuff like the gatherer's flag, stuff like the lumberjack flag. All of this sort of stuff is extended by the path. So I think we're on course. I think we're on course for success. The only problem is that we just need way more logs. That's the problem, right? I mean, construction lacks materials. Yeah, it's just logs. It's just logs, and that's the problem at the moment. It's not great having a water pump that just pumps one bit of water and then stores it. I mean, we can store up to what, 15 output material in the water pump itself, but more so than that, we're going to need storage tanks, which is exactly why I've queued up this. Beavers are currently sleeping for a rather large portion of the night, and they're sleeping outside. Should be noted that we can adjust the working day for them. At the moment, beavers are they're contractually obliged to work for 16 hours a day, which is a pretty miserable existence, but there we are. One of our beavers has just grown up. Excellent. That's one more person to be unemployed. Love to see it, but that's okay. Look at that. Lumberjack flag has just been enranged. Has just come within range because of the lodge, which is very, very nice. Each and every lodge, by the way, can have 2 adults and a child. Very, very simple sort of affair. Let's queue up another couple of chop orders. There we go. And we'll just get, whoops, that was a little enthusiastic. Yeah, we'll just get that done. Wonderful. Okay, I think that should be just fine. We don't need another log pile, do we? We may need another log pile. We may need another log pile before these beavers are able to jump into action. I mean, I have marked this area as a cutting area. They should be able to be within range. It looks like they are. Sure, I'll get another log pile. I could sort this with a hauling post as well. I could solve this with a hauling post, but you know what? We'll just solve it with a log pile, at least for now. What the heck, eh? Alright, is that within range of the... That's not within range of the builder's hut, which is going to cause a huge number of problems. Right. Log pile down here. Okay, that is within range of the builder's hut, although there is a rather large number of constructions that probably need to happen before we're going to be able to build a log pile. I will say, however, everything at the moment is looking pretty okay. The only real issue is lack of logs, and after we get the log situation sorted, hopefully through the secondary lumberjack flag, we should be just fine. Look at this. Alright, you're apparently managing to haul here. Okay, let's pause the construction of that. I don't know why, but the lumberjacks are apparently now able to haul all the way back to the big log pile here. Ah, it's because the path was extended. There you go. I told you paths were good for something. There we go. So the paths allow all of the lumberjack flags, all of the gatherer flags to be extended pretty tremendously, actually. So that's really, really nice. That's really, really nice. How is my employment looking? My employment is looking very, very good. My food is looking pretty consistent. Pretty happy with that. The water pump is looking fine. I think that honestly everything is looking up. Let's go into 7 times speed as we skip forward to the morning, and then maybe on day 3 we can think about getting at least the fundamentals of a dam set up, or at least perhaps maybe the foundation of a science setup. That would be kind of cool. So an inventor's hut is going to allow us to get science points. Science points can be used to unlock any number of structures. One of the structures that we're probably going to want to unlock pretty early on is a forester, which allows us to plant trees and bushes. Given that, you know, we have a pretty finite number of trees and bushes around the place, getting more trees and bushes planted would be really, really good, really, really exceptional, and I would very much like to invest time, effort, and energy in that. Let's do something like this. Yeah, we'll extend the path network out this way. We probably want to be able to get access to this sort of second plateau at some point. Yeah, for sure. But we also probably just need more lumberjack huts, to be honest. But it's not like we really have. It's not like we really have any more beavers that we can throw into. Log production at this moment in time. We should probably, actually, now that I think about it, we should probably see if we can try and get a couple of additional lodges. There we go. A couple of additional lodges. There's a lot of demand. There is a lot of demand on all of our wood here. I understand. I understand that is the case. And it's only going to increase. It's only going to increase. But you know what? Our builders are doing an absolutely stellar job. We're going to be able to fill up to 30. We're gonna be able to store up to 30 water in this small water tank here, which is going to be great because, as I say, I don't know when the dry season is going to come. But mark my words, folks, the dry season is coming. Let's chat about goals. We have no goals in this version of the demo. This is kind of an important interface that I maybe should have touched on a little bit earlier. Either way, as you can see, we're satisfying all of the hunger demands, all of the thirst demands, all of the sleep demands. We should probably try and fulfill the social life, fun, nutrition demands, knowledge demands, etc., etc., etc. We should try and fulfill all of these demands, and we need a variety of buildings in order to do just that. One of the buildings that I think we should probably look at thinking about getting down immediately is a campfire, a place for beavers to relax and socialize in the evening. Must be built on the ground. It's going to cost us, what, 15 logs? 15 logs to get down? I think I'm kind of happy to queue that up as well. I mean, I believe that the construction queue is undertaken in the order at which I placed it down, i.e., if I place down the lodge first, then the lodge is going to be built before the campfire. So I suspect that it's probably the small water tank which is going to be built next, and then after that we got the pads, and then the lodges, and then the campfire at the end there. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff happening. So what do we need to do? What do we need to do on day 4? Well, we need to think about damming the river. This is something that we very much want to think about doing. Damming the river is, I mean, it's cool. I like the concept of damming a freaking river, and damming the river is actually remarkably easy to do. Where is it? It's in landscaping here. Yeah, so we can build this block straight off the bat. Blocks water just like a levee, but allows some water to pass through a spillway at the top. Yeah, and we can basically just plonk this right down. We can plonk this right down, right over here. I do want to do this. It does cost 20 logs a piece. So, you know, this entire construction is going to cost, what, 120 logs? That's That's quite a lot of logs. That is quite a lot of logs. So I would rather get all of my foundation structures built first. One beaver has no job. That's a shame. Let's throw one additional person into the builder's hut for a temporary amount of time, and then after that we will plonk down one of these, an inventor's hut. Let's just keep it with a single. Let's keep it to a single inventor's hut at the moment. We're probably going to want to stack up lots and lots in the future, but for now one will do us just fine, I suspect. This is all looking very, very nice. We've got some pretty good pads that are accelerating the beaver's movement. In fact, we got 21 logs here. That's nothing to sniff at, to be honest. That is nothing to sniff at all. We should be outputting a significant amount of water. Yeah, we're at 100% on this small water tank. That's okay. We can move on to the next water tank and start working on that one. So what did I say? Each and every lodge does 2 adults. Yeah, so we need this. This is indicative of how much housing we have. So we've got 4 housing for children. We've got 8 housing for adults. So we need to get at least 1, probably a second lodge completed, because once these 2 children age out, we'll have to find a place to live, or find a place for them to live. Okay, you're a little bit thirsty. Just come over to the small water tank and have a little guzzle over there, amigo. Nothing to worry about. Okay, so not much water. Also berries. Berries are looking a little bit dicey at this moment in time. We should probably think about getting a farm, perhaps, so we can get a full-blown farmhouse. A full-blown farmhouse, and indeed, we should probably do just that. Let's queue up the construction of a farmhouse over here. Again, I feel like just, you know, keeping ahead of all of our production items is a good idea. You know, making sure that we stay on top of all of the building that needs to take place. Yeah, I certainly feel like having a second lumberjack flag is really, really helping. Right, we've got enough housing. We've got just enough housing for all of our adult beavers. And I tell you what, one of our child beavers has just grown up, which is remarkably handy. In fact, that's more people that we can put to work. Sorry, not people, more beavers that we can put to work. Very, very good indeed. Gatherer flag is looking fine. Excellent. Okay, so we can put that person to work. We can put that person to work immediately right in the inventor's hut whenever that gets built. Yeah, I'll put you to work for now in the builder's hut because we got a lot of pathway that needs to be built. So, yeah, that's fine. We got plenty of logs to pretty much carry out all of the constructions that I think that we want to carry out. As things get a little bit tougher over the course of the tough season, the dry season, we're probably going to have to, you know, reassign our beavers from harvesting logs to harvesting other bits and bobs. So, you know, we'll have to be careful. We'll have to be careful. Your beavers are happier than ever. You've reached a new well-being high score. Oh, you'll love to see it. That's incredible. Incredible, incredible, incredible stuff. Now, that is entirely because my beavers are now probably, yep, seeing the social life requirement being met. Also, the comfort requirement being met as well. I suspect that is probably met by, yep, the lodge. Satisfies sleep and satisfies the comfort requirement. So, that's very, very nice, in fact. Very, very nice indeed. We're pretty much done with the inventor's hut. Let's scale back our building for a little while, and let's throw that person into the inventor's hut for now, so we can work on producing science points, and therefore we can work on improving our knowledge database. Also, I'd kind of be hoping that some beavers started to have some children at some point. That would be pretty nice. All right, I can perv on the beavers by hearing them snore in all of these lodges. That's pretty horrible, to be honest. Oh, look at that! I called for it to happen, and suddenly we have a brand new beaver. Excellent. You love to see it. Okay, we are looking for as many beavers as we possibly can find. This is excellent. Okay, lots and lots of water. Probably want to build some more water tanks if we can afford it. Let's queue up like 2 more. I'm really, really nervous about not having enough water for the dry season. The dry season only lasts a couple of days. The wet season usually lasts a few days more. But in saying that, you know, we gotta be careful. Another beaver just aged up. Honestly, not a moment too soon. I'll say that much. Not a moment too soon. So we've got the inventor's hut. It's taking a little while. We got 3 points. We get 3 points every time production process ends up at 100 here. So, you know, there's a lot of inventing to be done. Put it that way. There's a lot of inventing to be done. However, that beaver that just aged up, I think will make a brilliant farmer. An absolutely excellent farmer, and I look forward to introducing them to the farming cooperative, which we are about to be starting, apparently, at some point in the very near future. This is just one farm at the moment. I'll show you exactly how farms work in just a second, but suffice to say, it's a pretty standard sort of state of affairs. What we do is we go into where is it? It is plant crops here, and we can choose to either plant wheat, plant potatoes, or plant carrots. We cannot plant wheat because this is a demo. We can plant potatoes, although if we want to use potatoes, we're going to have to also plonk down a grill, which is going to give us grilled potatoes. So I think in the short term, planting carrots, unfortunately, is what we're going to have to go for. I say unfortunately because, of course, my name's not Orbital Carrot. It is in fact Orbital Potato, and therefore I will profess my love for potatoes at every opportunity that I am given. Okay, so far this is looking excellent. I think that we're ready. I think that we're ready for the worst case scenario. Which is in fact the dry season. I keep chatting about the dry season. You'll see exactly what I mean. Oh my goodness, look at this. A healthy beaver is a happy beaver. Everyone is happy. Average well-being is very, very high. And we can continue to push this. And we will continue to push this. Right, at this point we've chatted about pretty much everything. We've chatted about housing, we've chatted about water, we've chatted about food. Woodworking is probably our next big thing to focus on. So we've got the lumberjack flag, we've got a couple of those already placed down. The carpenter. Now, the carpenter is the proper first factory, I guess, which allows us to make planks from logs. Now, we don't really have enough logs to be satisfied at this moment in time, but we will in time. Don't you worry about that. We'll be just fine in a bit. What am I looking to do? Maybe I want to actually place the dam down here. That's such a considerable investment, but I think that it's a better place for us to place the dam. The reason that I think that is that it's going to allow us to use, well, I say that's only 7 bits. Let's start construction of our dam. We got 15 logs. We're probably not going to be able to get this dam done, but we'll give it our best. Anyway, the reason that I want to place the dam downstream will become abundantly obvious again once the dry season hits. I am terrified of it happening, and you should be too. But you'll see exactly what I mean. Exactly when it happens. Right, so what we're doing is we're going to be investing a huge number of logs. Into this dam here. And the dam is going to do a couple of things for us. First of all, it's going to hold a significant number of water back. A significant amount of water back. But it's still going to let water through. That is the curse of the dam. The dam is the worst levee. We want to get the levee up and running. Probably not necessarily as soon as we can. You know, 120 science points in order to unlock the levee to hold all of the water back. That's good, you know, but it's not really what we want. I think the dam should be absolutely fine for our needs in the first instance. In fact, I will say that everything that is happening here right now is good. Everything is looking very, 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 very good. Everything is fine. Also, the eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed that when I destroyed this natural barrier, there was a whole bunch of dry land that suddenly became wetland, I guess, greenland. Anyway, if we are able to water this area, all of this dry stuff will magically turn into all of this green stuff. It's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool. And this is the big change that's happened since the last time that I played this game. There we go. Queue up 2 more lodges here. It's yeah, it's really really cool. I really like the seasonal aspect of this game, and it makes it really really unique. And the fact that you need to dam the river, for goodness sake, is very very cool. Anyway, our food is running a little bit low, but that's kind of to be expected. You know, we got a big beaver farm. Not a big beaver farm. We're not farming beavers. We got a big beaver operation going, and we have not got any beaver farm at this moment in time. We are still waiting for all of these crops to fully grow, and that's going to take a little while. So, of course, it's no wonder. It's no wonder that we're running a little bit low on food. Our one and only gatherer has gathered all of the berries in the vicinity, which is a bit of a shame. To unlock Forester to plant Blueberry. Yeah, I'm really very, very keen to unlock the Forester as quickly as possible, given that the Forester will allow me to plant new trees and also berries. Very, very excited about the prospect of that. Also, this dam is looking real good. The problem really is, to be honest, the problem really is that we're gonna be running out of logs soon. We're gonna be running out of logs. We've still got access to a couple of dead logs over here. These logs, by the way, will not be coming back, whereas these pines will regrow. It's watered and alive. However, if we let the trees die, then you know, that's gonna mean death for the tree. So we want to obviously make sure that we are harvesting as much as we can, but at the same time, we want to, in an ideal world, not allow a tree to die, and that will become very easy. Say it with me now. In the dry season, it's very, very easy to let trees die in the dry season. Anyway, I will say that I'm shocked at the amount of progress that we have apparently been able to make on this dam here. It's looking pretty darn good. We are probably going to see a couple of our children age up at some point very, very soon. So that's looking kind of nice. Maybe it's worth us getting a hauling post down, a hauling post to move some resources around the place. But to be honest, we need planks for that, and if we want to get planks, then we're going to want to get a carpenter's lodge. It looks like I might have just managed to yoink the farm down at right about the right moment here. The carrots are 75% of the way towards growth. I think that should mean that tomorrow we're gonna be able to get some carrots properly out of the ground. Because yeah, we're gonna have a hungry beaver. We are gonna have a hungry beaver going to bed today, and that's not good. We don't like hungry beavers. No siree, we do not. We have loads of children though, so that's excellent. Love to see it. It's really really great. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about the fact that we have a couple of hungry beavers. Yeah, this is not good. These carrots need to work real fast and hard. I wonder, is it possible for us to perhaps extend the path a little bit here? Yeah, can we maybe see if we can do this? I'm looking to see if I can try and extend the range of the Gatherer flag just a smidgen. Would be really good. Also, speak of the devil, it's time. It's time to unlock the Forester for 60 points. Let's do it. Let's get it built. And let's get it built right over here. I think this is the optimum place to do it. I probably want to pause all of this. So pause building that, pause building that, pause building that. Excellent. And conveniently, a beaver decided to age up at just the right moment there, which is kind of wonderful actually. Very very happy with that. And that one beaver has no job. That beaver is going to be employed in the forestry, which is kind of excellent. Look at that. You can actually see the range of the Gatherer flag being extended each and every time we complete a path. That might be able to get us a couple of extra berries just to sort of sustain ourselves. Very very short term anyway. There we go. Here comes the Gatherer. Looking good. There we go. Okay, so that's one or two berries, I think. Yeah, 3 berries. 3 berries on yield. Excellent. Okay. Ah, the Forester needs planks. Oh boy, I didn't foresee that. That's a disaster. Okay. Right. Well, we still have the carrots that are coming on stream soon, which is good. I guess we're going to build a carpenter. Which means that we need to investigate the water wheel, which is a rather terrifying prospect, but it's something that we have to do. This is a pretty significant investment, hence why I'm kind of a little bit apprehensive about it, but I guess it now makes sense as to why I was a little bit apprehensive about it. Anyway, this game has got a really unique power system. So I'm just going to do a straight shaft there. So it's just a 1-to-1 sort of ratio. This water wheel outputs 290 horsepower, and the carpenter only requires 50 horsepower. So this water wheel can power, what, almost 6 carpenters, which is pretty darn good. There is another method of power production. That other method of power production is the humble power wheel, which is basically a running wheel for beavers, but I don't really want to allocate any beavers to running on the wheel for a little while. Anyway, did we manage to get any more food? I wonder if somebody's going to end up dying because I just don't have enough food. I'm a little bit worried about that prospect, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit worried about that prospect. That could end up happening. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of hungry beavers. Okay, assign an extra person to work at the farmhouse. Prioritized action is harvesting. Let's harvest some potatoes. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Please, nobody die. We have the carrots that are coming. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Don't you worry. There we go. Food is in. There we go. Go nom down some food. We got a lot of carrots that are finishing up very, very soon indeed. Let's queue up some more pathway over here. Might as well just continue to trundle down this way. There we go. Maybe, just maybe, that'll be enough. Alright. So, water wheel will probably not have enough logs to finish the structure, which is a little bit of an irritation, but it's okay. Water's looking fine. 123 water. We are probably about to hit the dry season at some point soon. So the dry season, I believe, can come at any moment. I think it's usually around day sort of 10, but I believe that it's randomized to a degree, and therefore we should be expecting it at some point soon. Loads and loads of carrots. This is good. Loads and loads of carrots. In fact, it would be great if we could get another. It'd be great if we could get another crop down and harvested by the time the dry season does indeed come around. It's really difficult to describe the dry season if you haven't seen it already. So therefore, I kind of just have to tease you. I kind of have to tease you. I kind of have to try and explain the horrors of the dry season without letting you see them. But it's going to happen at some point. Mark my words. Okay, how is the water wheel doing? Okay, we're up to 41 out of 50 logs at the water wheel. Fine. It's looking okay. Looking good. Have I... Yeah, I've zoned all of this for cutting, so that's fine. It's just taking a long time. It's just taking a long time. I feel like maybe the actual smart play is legitimately to get another log pile over here. Legitimately? Yeah, why don't we just stick a log pile, like, right over here? I think that's reasonable. Oh, look at that. Happiness level 6. What did we get? Nutrition 1. Oh yeah, because now we're no longer surviving on berries. We're surviving on carrots. That's right. It's the high life for these beavers. I think. Oh my goodness, look at that. We had grown up, born. What a combo. What a freaking combo right there. That is excellent. We are now very, very shy of our housing milestone. We need to basically get more housing for beavers. I'm going to re-enable the construction of these 2 lodges, and we need to find some jobs. We need to find some jobs for some beavers. I will say that probably won't be super difficult. Short term, we can have these beavers working at the builder's hut. That does seem entirely reasonable. Long term, we'll need a carpenter. So that's another job. Something else that we should probably consider. Maybe we want to get another farm. It doesn't look like we're able to really harvest these. Doesn't look like we're able to harvest these carrots quickly enough. So we can plonk down another farmhouse, and these farmhouses will still operate to collect all of the crops from this field. So so that's fine. Alternatively, we should get another lumberjack hut. I say alternatively, there is no reason why we can't get all of these things at the same time. We'll plonk down a lumberjack hut right over here as well. And I think the lumberjack hut might actually... Yeah, it straight up doesn't require any logs to be built, so we should be able to get that done immediately. Whatever the case, we definitely need more farmers. We definitely need more people that are... I say people. I keep saying people. We definitely need more beavers that are directly concerned with the collection of food, because we are now getting to the stage where our beaver empire is so large that it is struggling to sustain itself in terms of food, which is worrying, but that's okay. We'll get there. Right, another lodge is completed. Excellent. More logs as well. We are constantly short of logs. I like to think that the reason that we're constantly short of logs is because we are, you know, we're doing so much with our logs, right? You know, we are doing so much with our logs that we are constantly pushing the boat out as to what we can and should do. I'm just really worried about our food situation. That's it's a big bad, actually. It's a big bad. Very, very bad. Okay. Lumberjack flag, we'll get somebody new down here, and we'll start them chopping down these trees. Excellent. Good stuff. Pretty happy with that. Can we finish up the water wheel? The water wheel and the lodge would be grand to finish up. I don't think that we're gonna have anyone moving into this lodge immediately, but that's fine. There we go. The local log pile is gonna make for much easier delivery of logs and much faster collection of resources, I do indeed believe. Alright, we're at day 12. We're gonna be heading into day 13. Is 13 an unlucky number? I think it is an unlucky number. That's why some hotels don't have a floor 13. Well, technically they have a floor 13, but they just don't have it labeled in the elevators. A little bit of a ridiculous superstition in my mind, but hey ho. Hey, what do you know? The water wheel is officially up and running, which is great. Let's build the straight shaft. It should be pretty darn easy to build. The carpenter as well is a pretty easy build too. We got 3 children ready to age up and give us some new workers to work at the carpenters. We should probably reallocate some of the builders into working in the carpenters, and also some of the builders into the farmhouse as well, because we have a lot of stuff that needs to get done over here. Like, we really need to be getting a move on with regards to our farming capability. Okay, building lacks workers, building lacks power. Yeah, that shouldn't be the case. Shouldn't be the case after this straight shaft is built. Excellent. Let's immediately turn one of the builders into a carpenter. There we go. Officially, we have a carpenter. Wonderful. So, you're going to take a log, you're going to turn it into a plank, and that plank is going to be immediately allocated to the forester, which is going to be great because it's going to give us, hopefully, access to a whole bunch of planting options that we currently don't have, which is very, very exciting. We should be able to store the planks. I think it's in the small warehouse. Yeah, so we store the planks in the warehouse here. It's worth noting, by the way, that we can crank up the desired number of carrots up to, I mean, whatever number. It doesn't particularly matter. The only problem is that at the moment we're just not hitting our carrot harvesting quotas, and so therefore we need to work a little bit harder to harvest some more carrots. Yeah, we just need more food. Okay, thus far everything's looking fine. A couple of planks are going to be manufactured, a couple of planks are going to be delivered, no doubt. It's probably going to take a little bit of time, but that's okay. I'm pretty happy with how this is all looking. Probably want to think about maybe a hauler's post, something to sort of bridge the gap between these two log piles. But again, I'm not super bothered. I'm not super bothered about having, you know, this many log piles. I'm actually reasonably okay with it. Yeah. We can also probably think about reconstructing the dam, or at least working on the dam a little bit more. Now, keep in mind that we do always want to have some logs available for the carpenter to draw down on, but I think that we should manage that, to be honest. I feel like we're in a really, really good place in terms of logs, and in fact, we can just turn all of these back on. Yeah, we have a lot of logs here. We have a lot of logs. And especially by the time that the forester is built, we will be able to create our own log-producing trees. Technically, I guess every tree is a log-producing tree. Anyway, let's crank down the number of builders to 1. Let's crank up, yep, that to 2. And let's prioritize you to do planting. So, you see what we've got here. We've got 1 farmhouse, which is prioritizing harvesting of carrots. And we have 1, which is going to be prioritizing the planting of carrots. There we go. So that should be fine. And there we go. As you can see, we're immediately going to start seeding some more carrots, which is very, very nice indeed. Now, it's a bit of a problem, because I think that we might have left this a little bit too late. We do still have a little bit of sustenance in the tank, but it's not much. It's not much. There is a highly limited amount of sustenance in the warehouse, which does worry me a little bit, but that's okay. That is just fine. When is this dry season going to hit? I feel like I've never been more prepared for this dry season to hit. And yet, as soon as it does come, I'm going to get cold feet and wish it was the wet season again. Ironically, though, getting cold feet is only possible during the wet season, where it's very easy for your feet to get soggy. I mean, look at the depth of this. Look at the depth of this river, for goodness sake. It's not messing around. It's not messing around, not at all. All right. Carrot seedling growth is looking pretty darn good. I think that this is a large enough. I think that this is a large enough field, to be honest. But in saying that, I mean, if we have extra farm time, we might as well plant some more fields, right? Where is it? It's this one here. There we go. We kind of want to keep this area, this farmland area near the river. And specifically near the dam. The reason why will become fairly obvious at some point soon, when the dry season hits. Also, the builders should be building the forester, and yet just haven't, presumably because we just don't have enough builders to build the dam and the forester at the same time. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do, let's crank down the number of farmers, and then let's crank up the number of builders. Yeah, that seems reasonable. There's no reason to have excess farmers when all of the fields have been planted. Now, I could plant crops in this area here, but if I was to do this, then that would uproot all of these trees, and these trees are gonna grow back at some point very soon, and therefore I don't really want to interfere with that altogether too much. So yeah, let's just stick with this as a field size for now. It's pretty substantial, but there we go. Okay, a couple of people growing up, a couple of people being born, a couple of beavers being born. I am so unbelievably low on food. I am very, very freakishly low on food. I have let my beaver population grow to a ridiculous degree, and now I am struggling. Dry season is approaching. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, so I think that this is either a 1 or perhaps a 2-day warning. It's a 2-day warning, I think, for a countdown to the dry season. There we go. Keep building the dam. If we could get the dam built before the dry season actually starts, that would be a huge coup. That would be a monstrous coup. In fact, let's throw 1 extra beaver into building, because I would really dearly love to get all of this stuff done before the dry season occurs. I think that we can get it done, to be honest. The dam, by the way, is no guarantee that we're gonna be fine over the course of the dry season. It's just, I guess, an extra insurance policy. As you can probably see, the dam is currently not doing very much in terms of slowing the flow of the river. It's very much a minor difference that it makes. I think you can probably see the height of the water. The height of the water has sort of changed here, so it's a little bit further away. It's like 2 mouse pointers. It's like 2 mouse pointers difference, whereas it's only like 1 mouse pointer difference over there. Either way, you can see that we're building a pretty considerable amount of water up here. We are so unbelievably low on food. We are so unbelievably low on food that it is actually terrifying me. Our carrots are at 52%. Oh my giddy aunt. That's terrifying. The good news is that we've got a forester. Let's see if we can plant some trees and bushes. Okay, so blueberries down. Can we get on that right now, please? And then birch. Let's see if we can try and plant a little bit of birch over here, I guess. Sure. Let's do it. And then blueberry. Prioritize blueberry plants. Yeah. Let's also see if we can try and yoink down a second gatherer. In fact, gatherer flag. Let's get another gatherer flag, like, over here. Yeah, there we go. That seems pretty reasonable, to be honest. Right. Everyone is going to be going to bed hungry, which there is precious little I can unfortunately do about that, but it is what it is. Okay, get the gatherer flag up and running. Okay, building lacks workers. Yeah, kind of to be expected. Reduce the number of workers in the builder's hut. Allow the gatherer to start work there. That's excellent. Right. Planks. What are we at? We're at 13 out of 20 desired planks. I could up that target a little bit, but I honestly think that that's a fine place. Right. This blueberry seedling is gonna take a pretty considerable length of time to get up and running, but that's okay. Let's plant down some more gatherer flags. More gatherer flags. We're gonna need them. We're gonna absolutely need them. We're gonna absolutely need them. And to tell you what, just to supplement that, I wonder if it's worth us getting a warehouse here. Yeah, like a local gatherer's warehouse. It's gonna be a little bit irritating, but I mean, let's just do it nonetheless, I think. Beaver has no job. That beaver can immediately get to work gathering. Let's gather, let's gather, let's gather, let's gather. I don't want to have any deaths. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Building lacks resources. Crank down the number of beavers in the builder hut. Sure, and then that should allow that person to be allocated to the gatherer flag. I keep saying person. I keep meaning beaver. Alright, we have 93 logs. We have 16 planks. We have an insane number of planks. This is rather huge, actually. Rather huge indeed. Everything is looking good. Everything is looking good. Man, these blueberry seedlings are gonna take time. Oh my goodness, they're gonna take time. That is gonna take a long time. Okay, let's store berries here. Increase the number of desired berries up to 100. Okay, couple of growing up events. That's wonderful. We're actually out of lodges. Can you believe that? I almost wonder, is it worth us getting a second story? Because we can build lodges up here, right? We can build lodges on a second story if we have the platforms unlocked, which at the moment I don't believe we have unlocked. Yeah, I think we'd need to get... Where is it? Paths and structures. Yeah, 70 science points and then 100 science points for a platform. Okay, so we're far away. We're far away from having enough science points to be able to do that. This is gonna be a tough, dry season. I'm not quite sure what happens with regards to food growth rate. I hope that it'll be fine. I hope that it'll be fine. Our growth rate may very well be completely torpedoed, though. Yeah, okay. Blueberry seedlings are looking fine. That's great. It's wonderful. These plants, by the way, or these dirt paths, I should say, weren't built because they are just out with the range of the builder's hut. So I guess I might as well cancel these because there's no real reason that we need to get them, especially now that we've got gatherers which can extend all the way around here. That's completely fine. Also, I mean, we have the capability. We have the capability to build on this side of the river. I wonder if it's perhaps worth it. We might give that a crack. Okay, day 19. Day 19 is going to be the day for the dry season, which is going to mean a couple of things. First and foremost, it is going to mean that all of the water on the map is going to disappear, and it's going to start right up at the end of the river up here. In fact, let me watch it happen. Let me watch it happen because it's an absolute tragedy to watch it unfold. Come on. Come on, video game. You know you want to. No, you're just not working to my timetable. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Also, there's a couple of structures around the map that we can investigate. Resource remaining, 60 metal. There's a bunch of metal here that we can collect. Definitely probably want to do that at some point in the future. I don't know what's happening. The dry season ain't very dry. The dry season ain't very dry at all. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so interestingly enough, the carpenter has actually stopped working. Now, the reason that it stopped working. Oh. You see? The water, it's disappearing. And the only thing that's stopping this water from disappearing is the dam. Now, the great news is because we've got this dam, we're going to be able to continue to pump water throughout the dry season, and we're able to maintain this sort of like little area of wetness. Sounds so bad. This little area of wetness around the river. However, if I have a little look upstream, you can see that it is barren. It is absolutely barren up here. This tree, for example, if it doesn't get water in 10 days, it's just going to straight up die. Now, that's probably not going to be a problem because the dry season, I suspect, will not usually last 10 days. But that's still really, really brutal. And I'm really trying to describe exactly how awful it would be if we didn't have water here. I mean, think about this. If we didn't have water, we wouldn't be able to continue to see our carrots growing. That would be a disaster. This area would completely shut down. As you can see, look at this. The blueberry, it's drying out as well. So it can be really, really game-changing if you don't get the dam up and running in preparation for the first dry season. But of course, since we were able to do so, at the end of the day, it's not actually that bad. It's not actually that bad at all. We prepared quite substantially in order to get to this point, and I feel like, sincerely, it paid off. All of the preparation really, really, really paid off. Okay, a couple of things that I want to do. First of all, I really want to accelerate my science production. So let's get two more science huts. We probably don't quite have the manpower to sustain additional science at this moment in time, but we will soon. Let's get 2 additional lodges. 2 additional lodges and also a path over there. Wonderful. We have what? Yeah, we have 1 builder. Let's bump it up to 2. That's fine. We don't really need to worry about the carpenter. I'm quite content for this carpenter just to chill out. Yesha. I'm quite happy for you just to chill over there for now. It's not the end of the world. Water's looking good. Food is looking very, very good. In fact, we got plenty of berries. Let me crank up the number of berries. Let's set the desired amount to 200. Sure. Carrots we can keep over here. We've already set that desired amount to pretty substantial figure of 100 as well. Okay, I mean, look, this dry season is not going to be too difficult for us, I don't think. I mean, we have built a pretty substantial dam as well. It's worth noting that the dam goes all the way back to the prior spot of de-elevation, which is pretty good for us, given that we built it a pretty significant ways away. I think that the whole point of this having this natural obstruction in the early game anyway is so that you can destroy this bit. You can destroy this bit of natural debris here. Let me skip forward to the day so that I can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think the whole point of doing this is that you can destroy this bit of natural debris and then you plonk down a bit of dam like here. And that allows water to flow in to some degree, but doesn't allow water to flow out. I think I'm going to give it a shot, actually. I'm going to throw down a bit of dam there, just as like a little bit of extra security. You know? Will it work? I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea whatsoever. The other thing that we should probably think about getting up and running. We can't get a scavenger hut. Can't get a scavenger hut yet. Well, we could get a scavenger hut, but we don't have a huge amount of science points to throw around. Gable roof, a bench, a shrub, simple decoration, aesthetics. Yeah, we probably want to level up our beavers' happiness, right? They're not having much fun at the moment. They're not having much fun at all. I really would like to get second floor housing as well. Like, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty darn cool if we could get that up and running. But the dry season is, conveniently, actually, almost done, which is kind of crazy, because it feels like it just started. It feels like it literally just started. Also, this forester is kind of not doing anything at this moment in time. Let's crank out some more berry bushes. Let's crank out some more birch. There we go. There we go. Okay, I mean, that's all looking pretty darn good. I would like to unlock dynamite as well. I would like to unlock dynamite, and I'd like to start routing some water here. Like, wouldn't that be kind of cool? I really don't actually know how the dynamite mechanics work. Let's do it. How do I get an explosives factory? Produces 1 explosives from paper? From paper? What? Crafts explosives from paper. Not sure what the logic in that is, but I mean, yes, sign me up. I would like to get that. So planks and gears. I would probably think that maybe metalworking is required for gears, and then a gear workshop as well. Yeah, let's get a gear workshop. Sure. Let's throw that down. Let's get a gear workshop. Let's plonk it down right about here. Sure, that seems pretty reasonable. That seems pretty reasonable. And then we're gonna split the power. We're gonna split the power between the 2 workshops. So we'll get a shaft intersection, and then we will get a shaft turn. Shaft turn can rotate right into the back of that gear workshop, and then what do you know, we should be up and running. We should be up and running at some point soon. I also want to know if it's possible for us to actually integrate this water wheel into the dam. I don't really want to test it during the dry season, although the wet season, oh, holy cow, the wet season is back, and what do you know? What do you know? Things are looking so peachy and so delightful. Look at all of the water returning to this area. Oh, it's swelling. Oh, look at that. We're pumping. Look at that. Look at the water physics here. I like that a lot. You can see the ever so slight change of water height. Wonderful. And now, of course, the flow has returned to the water wheel, which means that we're going to be able to start producing planks again. Oh, that's delightful. It's worth noting, actually, just before the dry season, I guess, officially ends downstream, if you're able to build a deep enough hole and then fill it with water, that'll stick around. That'll stick around throughout the dry season. So this is like another strategy. You could just dig a really, really deep hole. And I guess this is kind of, this is kind of a strategy that I would like to test here. I really, really, really want to see if we can try and do some like dynamite. Like, I mean, that's too much. But you know what I'm saying is, like, we see if we can try and maybe make like a little route. Like a little route over here. Yeah, something like that. I mean, how many bits of dynamite is that? You get the picture anyway. You get the picture. It's going to be a little bit of an effort to try and get out there, but I mean, it's exciting, isn't it? It's very, very exciting. Let's assign more people to work in the builder's workshop. That's fine. How did you get on the roof? How did you get on the roof, Beaver? You have a sleeping mat up on the roof. That's no. Yes, delete the building. Please get down. Oh my god, you plonked down another sleeping mat. How did you get on the roof? That must be a bug. I refuse to believe that that's not a bug. Okay, can we get something? Can we get a platform here, maybe to bridge the gap? Beavers can't jump, can they? No, I don't think they can. 100 freaking science points? We have all 3. We have all 3 of our Inventor's huts going full steam ahead, and still we have beavers that are looking for jobs here. Well, let's get 100 science. Let's get 100 science. Apparently, I'm gonna have to postpone the work on the gear workshop because of the stupid beaver that's managed to get stuck up here. At least I have the science points to save him, right? At least I have the science points to save him. Otherwise, we'd be in a very, very difficult situation. I should have the planks to... Oh, no, I don't have the planks. I don't have the planks at all. Actually, no, I will have the planks in just a second. This beaver is about to either starve or die of thirst. Can you get off the roof here? Thank goodness. Oh, my... Lord, that was incredible, actually. That was incredible at how stupid that beaver actually is. That is remarkable. Okay, you know what? Let's go for, like, a retracted sort of second floor up here. Yeah, there we go. We've got plenty of logs. We can probably build this fairly quickly. And we do need additional housing anyway. It's not going to be totally perfect, but, I mean, who really cares? Maybe we can get some, like, decoration on the second floor up here. Something like that. Gable roof. I really would love to get a gable roof, but it's not available in the demo. I'll unlock a shrub. Sure, let's do This is 12 logs a piece, by the way, so I really sincerely hope that these beavers never think that I'm being stingy ever again. Anyway, the gear workshop is going to produce gears from planks. That's cool. I like that. How on earth do we make paper? I mean, that's the real question, isn't it? Frankly, paper. Makes paper from logs. Oh, okay, and then the printing press. And that gives us books. Prints books using paper. Okay. Alright, and then explosives. We need the gears for the explosives factory, don't we? Okay, so we need, like, basically a huge number. A basically huge number of resources in order to make explosives. I mean, look, I'm gonna try my damnedest to do it. There we go. Keep on chewing down some logs. We are out of logs in a major way. I mean, sure, appreciably, you know, we are working on these birch seedlings. They are pretty considerable distance off being fully realized, though. So I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to get there. There's not really any other place that I can. There's not really any other place that I can harvest logs from. I wonder. Maybe it's worth. Hold on a second. What's the range of these lodges? The range of this lodge here is up to this area. Why don't we see? Let's get labor, builder flag. Let's get a builder flag over here. Is that within range of the builder's hut? No, it's not. Hold on. Yeah, give me a builder's flag right there, right? Give me a builder flag right there. Shouldn't be too difficult to do at all. Excellent. And then that's going to extend the range of building. However, in order to extend the range further, I'm probably going to need to bridge up to the top here. This is going to unlock a couple of trees that I can cut down, which would be really excellent. So let's see if we can try and get some paths and structures. Let's see if we can try and get some wooden stairs. Yeah, this is going to require planks, which is fine. There we go. And let's get some paths over here. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And we should be able to make this happen. It's going to take a little while to get out here, but it's okay. I think we are going to stick down a hauler's post, and this hauler's post would be really well placed in just about as central of a location as is possible. There we go. Plonk down a hauler's post, and that should give us access to more stuff. Yeah, we just need way more wood, and we're kind of just waiting for all of these birch saplings to be fully grown up so that we can start harvesting them. Yeah. Gonna take a while, but that's fine. Got loads of gears. How many gears did I say that we needed for our explosives factory? 10 gears? We should cap the number of gears at 10 then, given that I, frankly, do not care for any less. Are we moving the gears between the two buildings? Yeah, we're moving the gears between the two buildings, which is stupid, but fine. So cap that at 10. In fact, no, cap that at 0. I desire 0 gears over here. And I desire only 10 in this facility. Okay. Right. Everything's looking fine. We're also very low on water. That one completely passed me by. But it's okay. I have a specific way around this problem. And the way around this problem is just with a very simple additional pumping station, which shouldn't be too difficult at all. Look at this. We now should be able to get as much wood as we need to get, which is great. Alrighty. Keep on building. Keep on building. Beaver has no job. You works at Inventor's hut. I kind of don't want you to work at the Inventor's hut. I kind of want you to work. Yep, there you go, at the builder's post. And then we can reassign another person over there. Just because the range of this lodge includes the builder's flag. Very important that we make sure that that's fine. Building lacks materials. Yeah, what do we need? What do we need extra? I don't really think that there's anything else that we really need. We could short term maybe do it's watered and alive. Oh yeah, I need to queue this up to be chopped down, don't I? There we go. Hopefully you won't destroy the berry bushes, but we should be able to destroy the logs here, which is excellent. Okay, good stuff. That's making a difference. the food is looking excellent. It's looking really, really good. We've got plenty of gears. The gears shouldn't be producing anymore, but the planks should be, which is excellent. Beavers are continuing to age up, which is still a absolutely terrifying prospect, but that's okay. Average well-being has never really dropped below 5, which is remarkable, I would say. Absolutely remarkable. Still some thirsty beavers going around here. Still some highly thirsty beavers. Where's all my wood going? Where's all my wood going? Also, I almost wonder, is it worth me constructing a brand new lumberjack flag here? What's the range of the range of the builder's workshop is just to this side here. I think what we want to do, straight up, I think we want to get this down here. Yeah, I know it's too far at the moment from the sure, we'll destroy a couple of trees perhaps in order to make this work. Right, let's try this. Let's try this. Delete that dirt path there. Either way, I think that we should extend the range of the builder's hut enough to cover the lumberjack flag here, because we can traverse the dam, and to be honest, there's no reason why we shouldn't have more lumberjacks over here. The only issue is that it's going to have to be a couple of very select beavers who are within range. So what are you? You work at the farmhouse. There we go. Reprioritize to the lumberjack flag. Excellent. Reprioritize that. Reprioritize that. And who's the other person? You work at the forester. Alright, gonna have to turn the forester off, then return the forester back on, and now we should have 2 people working at the lumberjack flag. Excellent. That's looking really good. I'm really determined to try and utilize explosives. This is what I really want to do. Also, everyone is thirsty, and I have no idea why. Okay, pause building the shrubs. This is absolutely categorically not a priority. I don't think that we've had a single death yet. No, tell a lie. We've had a death of old age, but we've had no death via thirst, which is kind of fine. It also looks like this water pump is actually doing a fairly good job of managing to output pretty much enough water for the entire beaver community here. Let's zone these all to be cut. Let's zone these to be cut too. And let's get to work, shall we? Yeah, so I think, you know, for the most part, everything is fine. What's the issue here? Are we 100% of warehouse storage here? We absolutely are. Carrots are in season, which you absolutely love to see. Still haven't managed to finish the water pump up, though. No idea why. We've managed to build this bit of dirt path, and yet we haven't managed to build these wooden stairs. Can't get all the required materials. Is that just because the planks are in such short supply? It must be. It must be. I suspect that the real reason why we're having issues is that our entire economy is dependent on logs, and at the moment we've got exactly none. There we go. Lumberjack flag. Let's get these trees queued up. There we go. Let's start trimming. Let's start trimming the trees here. Okay. So I've added a little bit of extra capacity here and there. Let's see if we can maybe add these trees as well. Yeah. So this is a, you know, this is a non-renewable field. This is obviously a renewable area here for us. Some birch over there. I mean, we should be able to get planks. Like, planks are just going to take time. Planks are just going to take time. I'm determined to see if I can try and get the dynamite placed. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Mark my words. It's going to happen. Building lacks workers. Which is the building that lacks workers? Oh, yes, the water pump. Well, we can probably just wait for somebody to age up. I don't think that that's necessarily the end of the world. We can probably wait. Or alternatively, we should just reduce the number of, reduce the number of builders that we have working at the builder's hut, and instead reallocate those beavers to work in the water pump. It's just one that we need. That's fine. Okay, look at this. We have loads and loads of berries, loads and loads of carrots. It's actually kind of too many carrots. So let's crank down the number of people that we have working at the farmhouse. Yeah, because it is overkill. It is absolutely overkill. I almost feel like maybe we see if we can try and get a second dam in somewhere. Something along those lines would be good, at least. We've got 2 planks. Are these planks being moved up to the wooden stairs? No, sirree. They are not. They are not. We're still after the sacred plank. The sacred plank. But everything else is looking good. Lot of beavers growing up, which is excellent. We have loads and loads of research points. Well, you know what? Let's get a freaking explosives factory. Let's get an explosives factory, and let's get a... Oh, where was it? I can't even remember where it was. Wasn't in power. It was not in metalworking. Woodworking. Yes, crazily enough. Paper mill is 250 science points. So we're probably going to have 250 science points by the close of play tomorrow, I would anticipate. Got to imagine that tomorrow's a pretty reasonable guess as to when we'll have them. We should start to build up planks now, which is kind of lovely. In fact, pretty happy with that. We should also probably just clear out this tree area and maybe do some additional, I guess, high-tech industry over here. We have loads and loads of beavers that don't have any jobs at this moment in time. Are we still okay for housing? We are absolutely not okay for housing. We are absolutely not okay for housing. We need way more housing than we currently have. Yeah, we have loads of logs. Let's restart construction of these shrubs. No reason not to. Average well-being is very much being fulfilled, which is great. Pretty happy with that. Okay. Continue to give me planks, please, video game. That would be the best thing that could possibly happen to us at this moment in time. Okay. Next stage, I think, is to dismantle this gear workshop. I don't know why, but it's continued to output gears at a ridiculous rate, and to be honest, I would be very, very surprised if we ever need gears like this ever again. Yeah, we've got more gears than we possibly could need. I will get the paper mill once we're done over there. I tell you what, in the meantime, why don't we look at getting a brand new power source? Yeah, we'll stick one of these over here. Actually, tell you what, let's not do that. Let's run a test. Let's run a test. I am gonna throw down a brand new... I guess we could build a levee, but you know what? I think that we'll just build a dam for now. I don't think that that's necessarily the end of the world. So we'll ditch that, and we'll ditch that as well, right? And then we're gonna try to stick... We're gonna try to stick a water wheel in the middle. Now, this might end in complete disaster. Alternatively, it might be the biggest brain move that you've ever seen. Right. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna work? Is that gonna work? This almost certainly isn't gonna work. It might cause a game crash, but I sincerely hope that it won't. Okay, 250 science points. Let's freaking go. Paper mill, yes please. The reason, by the way, that I need to get... The reason that I need to do all of this is so that we can hopefully create a... There we go. Do something like that. This doesn't even need to be here. This is a disaster. It's already a disaster. It doesn't particularly matter, though. Yeah, so straight shaft. Wonderful. We got a paper mill. Let's build the paper mill and let's get it done ASAP, please. Beaver has no job, times 9. How? How is that possible? I feel like I'm constantly assigning beavers jobs. And yet, here we are. Here we are, and not every beaver has a job. We're fine for food. We're probably fine for water. Why don't you just all go and do building? We can increase the number of people that are working over there. We still don't have the planks for the wooden stairs. That's remarkable, actually. Let's disassemble the gear workshop. Let's... what am I looking for? I'm looking for another carpenter's workshop. Yep. And then... no, I'm looking to get rid of, yeah, these. Yeah, get rid of these carrots here. There we go. It's going to look a little bit funky, but that's okay. Just ditch them. Maybe harvest them if you can. And still, reasonably few deaths via... well, via anything, actually. Not even old age is able to kill my beavers, apparently. My beavers are active right up until old age. Alright, this paper mill is just sucking resources from absolutely everywhere. But it's okay. It's okay, because I'm doubling down on all of my carpentering. There we go. That's looking much better. And we will get a straight shaft. A straight shaft and a... one of these. There we go. Beautiful. So we stick that in, and we're all sorted, I believe. I suspect that we may very well be faced with another wet season at some point. Another dry season, I should say, at some point soon, and it looks like that time is exactly now, apparently. The dry season is approaching. I don't necessarily think that this is going to be as difficult to sustain as the first one, and not even saying that the first one was particularly difficult to sustain either. But, you know, we should at least try and backlog a little bit of water. We're going to hopefully have a second dam up and running. We got a whole bunch of carpenters. That's looking real nice. I'm really, really hopeful that we're going to be able to get a paper mill and subsequent weird explosives factory. Whatever. I have no idea why. Also, this needs to be deconstructed here for reasons which will become clear in just a second. And then I want to see if we can try and build an explosives factory. There we go. Okay. The investment has properly started. Let's get the paper mill done. Let's do this. Let's see if it works. I have no idea if it's going to. Holy cow, I'm terrified of the prospect of this failing. So let's build, and let's build quick. 7 beavers have no jobs. That's kind of bonkers, to be honest. That's kind of bonkers. That's very bonkers, in fact. Construction is too far from the builder's hut? Really? I simply don't believe it. Can we destroy this first? Is it now within range? It's now within range. Video game, you could have just built this straight shaft first. You realize that, right? You realize that. There you go. Build the straight shaft. Build that. Perfect. Perfect. And now we should have an insane amount of carpentry output. In fact, it should be so insane that I sincerely doubt that we're going to have any issues ever again. Also, let's not make this out of dam here. This is a test, you know, and it's a test for good reason. Let's double down on the fact that this is a test. I want to test as to whether the dam is able to be integrated with the water wheel, which I hope it is, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's not. There we go. Okay, so that should give us a pretty solid foundation. A literally pretty solid foundation. Yeah. Right, we have so many beavers that are being born. I can't even keep up. I haven't looked at housing for, like, I don't know, 6 years. Which is fine, actually. Also, we should pause the building of the explosives factory. We should pause the building of the explosives factory until all of the prerequisite junk behind here is done. I also need to sort out the power infrastructure here. We need a shaft intersection. Probably fine just with a T-shaped intersection. Probably one of those, and one of those, then one of those. And then we pause the building of that. Pause the building of that. Pause the building of that. Up until we can get the four-way intersection done. Yeah. Builder's hut. What's the issue? Beaver has no job. Construction lacks materials. It's logs? Really? Big surprise? Could we just get the flippin' wooden stairs done, please, video game? Okay, I am, like, completely out of logs. Completely out of logs. There is no log around that can be harvested. Well, actually, tell a lie, there are 4 that are just coming off cooldown here. It's the dry season time as well, so we're not going to get this infrastructure done by the time that the dry season is completed, which also means that, irritatingly, my plank production area is going to grind to an absolute halt because the water wheel will cease to work, which is a bit of a shame. A temple. Oh, I'd like to get a temple, please. But to be honest, we're not going to be able to because we ain't got the planks. We got a lot of investment. In the platform infrastructure over here. And we have exactly no logs. And exactly far too few planks. Which is a little bit of a travesty. I will say, however, food is looking good. Food has never looked better. And to be honest, it would be much better if indeed I just threw down a couple of additional small warehouses. But I didn't. It's fine. I could also get a large warehouse. Legitimately could do that. It's going to cost 60 logs and 80 planks. To be honest, all that I really need to do is I need to do some more demolition. I really want to get a couple of explosives down. I really want to test how they work. So let's see if we can try and plant one down over here. It's not exactly ideal, but I kind of want to see how it works. Okay. So, we're planting the dynamites. Please remove children from the area so I can detonate this. Will this destroy the beavers? No. It doesn't. It doesn't unless I'm a little bit careless. Okay, well, you know what? It's the end of the episode. Oh, I can't place down a bit of dynamite there. Okay, well, we're gonna have to place down some dynamite over here. Let's do it. I can't destroy my own dam. I can go around it, though. I can go around it, and you know what? I can detonate it. And you know, in doing so, I'm gonna trap the beavers here. Maybe we can detonate it when the beaver's on the way back. Hold on. Detonates. Missed it. Okay. Right. Well, there we go. This is the last hurrah. You're gonna swiftly see all of my water drain away, saving for just a moment the ruined landscape around the river. But as the water continues to deteriorate and just disappear, also it doesn't look like this area was able to hold water in the way that I anticipated. A little bit of a pain in the backside, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, look, this is probably just about as good as it gets in terms of Beaverville. Looks like the dry season might be a little bit longer than it was last time, which would not surprise me. I feel like we had quite a small dry season last time. I will say as well, like, holy cow, we have been holding a lot of water behind this dam here, and this isn't even the most efficient way to store water. I mean, we could still manipulate the landscape with these levees, which hold 100% of the water back. Much more efficient way of working it. But I will say, I feel like this is a pretty good place to wrap this episode up. I'm really excited for the full version of this game to be released. At the moment, it's in demo mode, so you can check out the demo. Oh, look at it. There it all goes. It's all a disaster. You can check out the demo linked down in the description below. Play it, have a wonderful time making a whole bunch of beaver jokes. It's a really, really good game. I feel like this playthrough has gone tremendously well. Much. Oh, look, we had our first death. We had our first death over here. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my bad. I feel like this has gone tremendously well. I don't really think that it could have gone much better if we tried. Everything sort of worked out. I was able to demonstrate all of the features of the game. I hope you enjoyed this episode, ladies and gents. Thanks as ever to all the fantastic support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/lumberpotato. Thanks to Banana and Ananas, C-Senpai, and Aurelio for being the $3.25 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.